Hello, my name's Julie King. Today I'm going to show you how I paint irises in watercolour. This will be via a time lapse. Initially I'm going to go over the supplies, the materials that I'm using, the brushes, the paints, so that you can be prepared for going out and painting in the summer. I hope you enjoy this. I'm simply going to use two brushes, a large Da Vinci Cosmetop mix for wetting the backgrounds, and a number 8 Da Vinci Maestro brush, series 35 sable. So it's got a beautiful point for detail and I can use the brush on the side for wider areas. I will be using a Fabriano Artistico watercolour paper. It's a £140 knot, so it's got a slight texture to it. It's beautiful paper. It's a cotton paper and it is of a very good quality. I'm also going to use a new range of watercolours called Core, Q-O-R. They're made by Golden Artist Colours. For this demonstration I'm going to use 9 colours, which are quite a lot, but I'm experimenting with these colours as they're quite new. I'm just going to think about a few colour mixes. The pale lilac, I'm going to use cobalt blue with a cool quinacridone magenta. Let those two colours mix. I'm going to add water because I want a very pale colour. I could also use alizarin mixed with cobalt to just slightly warm the shade up. It's not so sort of cool. And then I could gradually increase the strength of colour to the purples. Again, I quite like a pink purple. I'll start with my pink, my quinacridone magenta, and add ultramarine. I'm going for ultramarine with the deeper purple mix because it's stronger than cobalt blue. Going for a pinky mix first. Then I'm going to increase the amount of ultramarine in the mix. Increase that, so I'm adding more blue, more pigment, less water. There, it's becoming lovely and rich. A little bit more pigment. Okay, that's becoming a little bit more towards the blue shade. It's becoming richer. And if I really want to make it even stronger, I could just put a little bit of Payne's grey in the mix. Okay, and again it could be a pinky shade of mauve, or I could have more ultramarine, so it's a really strong blue purple. So I've got a lovely colour range there for the irises themselves. Almost has this is a bearded iris, so it's got like a little centre of hairs. I'm going to use magenta mixed with my Ben's yellow. And that makes that lovely sort of orangey shade. Again, more pigment, less water, makes a really strong colour. You can see how rich and vibrant they are. And my greens. If I think about what yellows I've got, I'm going to go for my cool yellow and I'm going to mix it with either the I'm going to mix it with either the phthalo turquoise or the ultramarine blue. So if I start with yellow in my palette, just put a little bit of yellow down. I'm going to bring in a little bit of the phthalo turquoise. You see, as it overlaps that yellow, it turns into a lovely bright, fresh shade. I can mix the two together on. I've obviously let the two colours mix together on the paper there. Alternatively, I could mix the two together. It's the two mix together, which makes a very fresh green. Now I also want more of a bluish green. I've got very yellow greens there, so I'm going to go for ultramarine in my palette. And then I'm going to add my yellow to it, just almost neat. You see, that makes a lovely blue-green. Or I could mix the two colours together. To make a different shade. Casing which are these buddy areas, I used a yellow ochre, you may want to just warm it slightly with a little bit of burnt sienna, and to tone down and make the purpley brown shades, almost dark purpley veins, I mixed a little bit of purple, my quin, magenta and ultramarine, and if I just put that on top and just sweep it that way, you can see it makes a lovely browny shade, because the purple and yellow, they neutralise, they're complementary colours, so the end result is this lovely warmish purpley brown. Now I'll show you the time lapse, and I hope you enjoy it. Perhaps you'd like my book, Irises in Watercolour. It's a ready-to-paint book. It shows demonstrations of different irises with different backgrounds, different colours. There are also tracings of the layout that I designed in the front of the book, which you can use if you'd like to. This book is available from Search Press or also available on from Amazon. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.